What's going on, everyone? Kurt Weidner here in the Team Animal Training Compound. Got another product review for you. So now that we've been underway in this gym, everything in here since it's been since the week of Thanksgiving. I want to talk some about the equipment that I bought and my thoughts on it. So this is the Rep Fitness GHD Glute Ham developer. I looked at a lot of different options on GHD, and I want to talk about why I decided to go with Rep and what my thoughts were, since I actually ordered this. All right. Overall, I own several pieces of Rep Fitness equipment. I've been impressed with the quality level, and so there's a couple different things as far as the functions that it was going to serve, the price point, the floor space it was going to take up. And those really, led me to my decision. Let's first look at, what are the different things that some of you may not be familiar with at GHD and what you're going to use it for. So there's a few different basic things, okay? You have a glute ham raise, and that's really the primary thing, which is, and this is a glute ham raise. This is with body weight. Obviously, you can use this, you can add bands, you can add weight. Different ways to make it harder. One of the second things would be a back extension. All right. And then for core work, there's different variations of GHD sit-ups and around the world. So you can do sit-ups or around the world without weight. You can add weight where you're bringing a plate over your shoulder, etc. So that's basically what you're going to do with it. All right. Obviously, I want something that's heavy duty. I weigh, depending on, how lean or not lean I am, in the vicinity of 210 pounds most of the time. Right now, I'm probably around 205. And when I do these sort of things, I like to do back extensions and glute ham raises, either weighted using chains or heavy band resistance. So I needed something that's going to be, pretty heavy duty where it can, withstand a fair amount of tension. But as you can see, if you look around the gym, we have a lot of equipment in here. There's all kinds of stuff that I wanted to get, and we keep adding. So floor space is an issue, all right? If it was in a perfect world and I had unlimited space and unlimited money, it's really would be hard to beat the Rogue Abrams 2. I mean, that is kind of the top of the line, the Mercedes of GHDs. There might be some others, the Elite FTS and some others that make some really heavy duty stuff. But if you want a GHD, it's absolutely freaking bulletproof, really heavy duty. I did look at those, okay, but, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, the floor space that takes up is pretty big, and most people don't have this much space. They might only be dealing with their garage, so depending on how much other stuff you get, you are going to have to, that's something that you want to look at. My measuring tape over here. So just to give you an idea, this is only about 31, 32 inches across, and not including the wheels, not including these posts. You're about 61 inches to the front here. To the front of the band pegs, you're looking at about 65 inches. So actually, for a GHD, it's relatively small. This was actually really easy to put together. I mean, it came in, I think, a couple different boxes. I put it together easily in, I don't know, maybe an hour or two. It wasn't complicated. Now, when you're comparing this to other really heavy-duty built machines, one thing you'll notice is like the bolts, okay, are not like oversized. Like, so for instance, if you look at Reps, if you look at the PR 5000, and you got the 1-inch bolts. I mean, these things are enormous. I had to get special tools just to be able to put that together. If you look at Rogue Monster stuff, it's enormous. So, I did question when I was putting it together, is this heavy duty enough? Honestly, I haven't questioned it because I've been using it and I've gone up to 60 to 80 pounds of chains on my neck while doing GHDs, and it's no problem. It's very, very sturdy. The only situations I would say that, maybe it's not heavy duty enough is if let's say that you were an enormous person. Let's say you're looking at a guy who's 6'5" or 6'4", weighs 250 pounds, built like an NFL linebacker, and is going to just create an enormous amount of torque on this machine. If I were that size, I'd probably go with the Rogue Abrams too. Just to be safe. Not to say that this can't, handle it, but just to be a little bit more on the safer side, something that's built for somebody bigger. The other case is that if you're talking about it, if I owned a commercial gym where I had just hundreds of people coming through all the time, and you had a lot of people, maybe a lot of big people using it, and it was getting a heavy amount of use over time, it might be in the interest to have something that's a little bit heavier duty, just for the longevity purpose. As far as it being a piece of home gym equipment where there's a limited number of people using it and none of us are enormous. I mean, I'm a decent sized person and I'm putting a fair amount of weight and tension on it and it still holds up great. There's no issue. The floor print, like I said, it's very small. That was one of the big advantages of why I chose this over the Rogue, because it takes up significantly less space. So I can tuck it in this corner here, no problem. It's also, even though it's well built and very sturdy, it's very lightweight. It has wheels in the back. So, I can easily actually tip this up, okay, and move it with no problem. If I need to get back here and clean, it's easy to move around. So it's not a really heavy, bulky, cumbersome piece of equipment. As far as the adjustments on here, this is one of the things I like about it. There's some GHDs that are a pain in the ass to adjust. So you have this lever and you have these guide rods, and it slides easily along here. So you know where your spot is and you can move it. Now there is a screw-in thing. This one on the horizontal adjustment, really, it isn't needed. There's also a vertical adjustment, which it also screws in. Okay, somebody screwed that in really tight. And basically that stops the plate from moving. So you can move this up or down. Okay, you get it where you want it, and then you lock it in, and then the plate doesn't move, the foot plate. So the adjustments on it are very easy to negotiate. The foot plate really seems pretty sturdy when using it. One of the minor criticisms I have. So one of the reasons that I like this, when you look at like Rogues, as heavy duty as that is and as high end as it is, it doesn't actually come with band pegs. You have to buy band pegs and add to it. And some GHDs have them and some don't. So this piece, even though it is like half the price of Rogues, actually comes with band pegs, and that's a great feature. My only criticism of it is the way it's designed. The positioning of the band pegs, I would say, isn't necessarily optimal for certain things. So, and let me show you what I'm talking about here. If I'm doing a glute ham raise, okay, it's fine because it's out in front. All right. So, and the tension's where I want it to be. The problem is that if I'm doing a back extension with band tension, I would actually prefer that these are further back, because the problem is when I'm right here, as you can see, the band's already lost tension because I'm too close to where the pegs are. Okay? So if I'm trying to do a back extension with band tensions, it's not really optimal. Now, I've used other pieces where you can tie the bands off somewhere back here. So if you're next here, you have this angle and you're maintaining tension on the band the whole time. You can't really do that. So again, I'm kind of nitpicking here. That's a minor trivial detail, but something that maybe if you had band pegs back here, it would just add a little bit to it. It's not, you wouldn't have to really do much to add that. So, you know, minor detail. But one of the other really nice features here is this foot plate that makes it a lot easier. Not all GHDs have that. So a lot of them, they just have this bar that goes across, and you kind of have to get up here and jump yourself into position and hope that you don't smash your shins or your balls on the, you know, the cross beam. So here, you can step yourself up, okay, get your feet into position, and get ready. I think that's an awesome feature. You know, it's an easy add-on, but again, not everybody puts that on their machine. So, you know, you can see, again, that this thing is pretty damn sturdy. I mean, if I'm putting tension on, I'll go ahead and demonstrate with some weight here. I'm gonna put 40 pounds of chains on my neck. So, actually this is 42 pounds. So, okay, you can't even hear the foot plate moving. And again, 200 plus pound guy, 40 pounds of chains, and that thing is solid. I don't feel any movement in the machine whatsoever. It's very sturdy, so like I said, unless you weigh like 250 pounds and you're adding like 80 pounds on, I don't see why this wouldn't get the job done. Honestly, bang for your buck. I don't think you can go wrong. This thing's priced, at least the last time I looked, below $400. It's like half the price of a lot of your higher end ones like Rogue, and you know, it really it enables you to accomplish everything you need to accomplish with a GHD. So yeah.
Tell them about the hidden preacher curl hack.
Glad you pointed that out. So, as you can see in the gym, it's very crowded in here. And as I was thinking about things that I wouldn't mind having, but don't have this space for. Well, for bicep curls, one of my favorites is one-arm preacher curls with a dumbbell. I'm like, well, I really don't have room to put a preacher bench in here. So how can I circumvent that? And I came up with this. I actually use my GHD. Let's take the sweatshirt off. I'm gonna do bicep curls. Check out my nice Core Nutritionals t-shirt. All right. So here you have a preacher bench. Okay. Don't need a preacher bench because I can just use my GHD for it. So there you go. Added one more added purpose for it. Another thing, if you come over on the side here, you can see the way this is shaped. They have this, you see how this kind of comes down? There's a plate underneath here, all right? And what this does is it protects your legs when you come back and the bottom of your quad is pushing in here. It makes sure that you aren't gonna push into any hard plastic or steel, which wouldn't really be too comfortable when all your weight's on it. So it's a nice design with the pad there. You also have separation between two pads so that, you know, when you come forward, you don't have anything getting smashed in the middle that you don't want smashed, if you follow me. So
if you're a guy.
Yeah, if you're a guy, women don't need to worry about that. But I mean, you know, you're putting 60 or 80 pounds in your neck with a GHD, it's hard enough without having your balls smashed in between reps. So there you go. But no, I mean, great job, Rep Fitness. You know, another really awesome product. Like I said, I own a lot of different stuff from Rep Fitness, and I'm very happy with all the products. So hope this helped, guys. Hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Feel free to message me. If there's anything that you want to see content-wise, whether it's, you know, equipment reviews, you have questions about exercises, nutrition, supplements, whatever, fire away, and I'll make sure that it gets added to my list. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Till next time, get after it.